Okay, I'm just doing an update for day 23. So as I've mentioned a few times in these videos, um, I've had my life force taken off me every time I get it together, so I can actually feel healthy and get some sleep and think clearly and have energy, so I can get work done and stuff. It seems like the universe absolutely hates that, and it almost instantly sends somebody to get that off me. And they do. I've learned all these different ways that they do it. And this is why I don't have any. I've actually nothing to do with anybody, apart from like people's in shops just to buy food and that. Um, because just being around people, if I get my energy together, they'll just take it. They just turn into vampires and just take my energy. Now, apparently, according to like various sort of spiritual traditions, that's my karma. So I have thoughts like about, was I like a really evil person in another lifetime or something? But I know a lot of people go through this, and I don't believe it is. I believe that there's like two possibilities, and I really only think it's one possibility. Was the idea that I'm supposed to believe is that my soul is like sitting like a backseat driver in a separate cabinet, a separate compartment, and I'm like the one doing the drive, well, being told where to drive, whether I like it or not, and I'm having to go through all this shit, go through all these bad neighbourhoods, but I haven't got any protection. I'm having to take all the flack, and my soul, supposedly the one that created the karma, is sitting in back, just like letting me, the created person, with this awareness, take all the shit. So like my karma is like a soul that's like made up an awareness, which is me, who's gonna do its like work for it or take its punishment for it. It's like having a child, and making the child pay for your crimes. That's how I see it. And I don't fucking get, it's not getting away with it. I don't care if it's my soul, you know. If that's my soul and it thinks it can do that with me, no. This is why I'm doing all this work. My soul can come down and deal with all this shit. If it created it, if it's responsible, if it's the one who's got to pay the price, you're not just going to create a being like me and let me do all the work and take all the shit for you. That's what it seems to want, right? Now, wouldn't that be a brilliant fucking lie to tell people if you wanted to have them controlled by parasites and just like, that's to me, that's what's really going on. All these people that put out this knowledge about karma and the way they talk about it, these so-called spiritual masters. I'm going to put a link into one, actually, and you can think about what the astrologer Tim from the one I left on a message the other day, on a comment. That guy who talks about karma and stuff. Because I think there's something wrong about it. Something don't sit right with me about it all. So that's my idea anyway. If it's my soul wants me to go through all this shit, then it can come down and deal with all this shit itself. Otherwise I'm not going through it anymore. I don't see how that's an acceptable, plausible explanation for all the shit that I've been going through. That it's just karma and my soul wants me to go through it. No fucking way. If my soul wants to go through all this shit and come down and occupy this body fully and go through all this shit itself, I can't see any possible reason how my soul can benefit from sitting out back and making me go through it. It's just going to be like a witness. I'm not even aware of it. No fucking way. No, there's something else going on. There must be. And if there isn't, then I'm still going to make sure that my soul has to come down and deal with it for itself. It's not getting away with it. Whatever it is, I don't believe it's my soul. I don't know. If it is my soul's a traitor. If it's not my soul, it's some sort of parasite, and it's all a big conspiracy. I think that's more likely the case. But whatever it is, I'm adamant about staying good and healthy and developing well-being, despite what the universe wants to do, or my soul, or anything. Anything stands in my way, just like it says in one of those Taoist or Zen sort of things. Even if Buddha himself stands in your way, just cut him down, because it's like it seems as though everything will try to stand in your way. Your own soul will try to stand in your way and such. You know, and to me, that's like, it's just, it can't possibly be true, all this stuff. There's got to be like holes in it, because otherwise the world will be a different place. All these people, you know, they must all want to have miserable lives. Well, if they all want to have miserable lives, that's fine. They can have miserable lives, but I'm not going to. I'm having a good life. And you know, I'm using, because this work, you know, keep using your willpower to sort of, you know, get somewhere. I'm going to leave another link. I'm going to leave it in another video for today's video, because it's like day 24 today, about this and prosperity, because it's going to be the Venus, the Jupiter day of benevolence. But yeah, I'm kind of, part of me is really angry at these ideas that, you know, somehow I'm doing this all myself. I'm creating my own shit for myself. You know, well, like, not anymore. I kind of don't care what it takes. If I have to sort of sacrifice my soul in order to get somewhere, I'll do that, because myself, I don't care what it says about losing your soul and gaining the world in the Bible. And I've used that myself as a discussion and an argument. Or if my soul wants to go through this suffering, I don't care. You know, as far as I'm concerned, that's not a good explanation for things. It's not acceptable. And if it is the real truth, then my soul is literally going to have to come down and deal with it. Do its own dirty work, and not create another life. You know, and so that this life can do all its dirty work and pay its karma for it. That's really out of order. That's not acceptable. You know, that's like a parent creating a child and making the child do like the punishment for the crimes of the parent. It's not acceptable.